A6S, WA6AJ.
WA6AJ, A6S, you're off frequency.
That's okay. I'm allowed.
You're at least 2 cycles low.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Anyway, I gotta push the button over here, I guess. There we go. Hello. Yeah, probably won't make any difference, but anyway, it's on.
Yeah, it didn't make any difference.
Well, watt meter says it did, but that's about it.
I'm not showing any SWR on this thing.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
I got SWs at 1.38.
Hello, test. Saw that. Okay.
Inverter still working?
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Still sensitive on the scroll, which is weird.
Yeah, mine, you got to use the sledgehammer on it.
Well, that's the way the one before is. I just don't understand if the power unit would be causing that in the first place.
I don't know, but I got to thinking maybe my RF problem, you know, that display is mounted on a plastic front. Maybe that's where the problem is. I might try some tin foil around that thing and see if that does anything.
What, the RF is coming through the display?
Yeah, maybe it's being picked up on that display and shutting it down. That seems like where all the control stuff is something to do with that thing.
Well, it wouldn't hurt trying.
Yeah, give me some tin foil and roll it around and try like 50 watts and see if that changes anything. WA6AJ, 6S.
Well, don't short out anything.
I'm just going to put it on the outside.
Oh, okay. Well, you ain't going to be able to see the display.
Yeah, I won't have to. I'll transmit and look underneath it and see if it killed it.
I'd be surprised if that's it.
Well, maybe I should have put a bunch of ferrite beads on that cable.
Which cable are we talking about now?
Yeah, one that goes to the display.
Right, you could try that. I mean, only take one.
The one big mother, huh?
I wouldn't put any big ones on there that are heavy to put tension on that ribbon. That thing just kind of sits in there, no clip or anything.
Yeah, I know it. I don't know, I could... at that frequency, one ferrite bead wouldn't even make any difference.
Well, maybe you could tape it like I did and then put the stuff on. Maybe the tape will help. I don't know. It's just a kind of a flimsy connection. I think maybe they made it that way because you go and take that front panel off, you might forget about that ribbon, and they don't want you yanking on it to where you're ripping it out or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to just unplug itself wouldn't hurt anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying, as opposed to if it was clipped in there, it would be, you could wreck it.
Yeah, roger. Well, I'll try a piece of tin foil and as many filters and everything as that thing's got inside, I can see hanging stuff on it probably won't make any difference.
Well, you said it was German designed.
Schweinhunts. Yeah. The ancestors did a crappy job on the RFI.
Well, I'll get on 80 meters tomorrow and see if I could do what you did.
3920 or something. That's where I've been operating.
Okay. And you said without power, right?
Yeah, mine was killing it with about anything, but try it even with power and see if it does anything. It might have something to do with the frequency I was on and maybe something getting into the CPU. I don't know, but that's that frequency that check in with Ralph on, and that's where the screwball was.
So how did you know you were tripping it up? By looking out the window or something?
No, because after I'd transmit and go out there, it'd be shut down. I had to turn the breaker off and the other thing off and then reset it.
No, I know, but when you first noticed it, how did you notice it?
Yeah, I didn't notice it because I was operating, put it in basically the winter time, and it only, it doesn't bother if it's off. It only kills it when it's on. So if you're operating at night, there's nothing to turn off.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but when you first noticed it, it was during the day, so you must have just went out there on a whim to read it, and it was dead.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Good morning. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Bill. AA6S and WA6AAJ, and I think a couple of others, K6MYC.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Mikey.
Howdy. I'm pointed down south looking for KB6RQU, and one time we did actually have N6SWR check in, but I think he's changed his station down there and moved it somewhere because he's been really weak on 2 meters and non-existent on 432, but you guys could look down that way and see who you can drag out of the woods there.
Yeah, Roger. I haven't heard anybody down that way for quite a while.
KB6RQU, Rick, where are you? K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
KM6SRR, number 432.
Oh, Rob can call him. Rob will get him.
I'm barefoot on this band, so he probably doesn't hear me that well. We just barely made contact when we were doing it. KB6RQU, Rick, you in there, old Bozo 61? Crickets.
We'll call it Bozo 71. That way he'll be upset we got his number wrong and he'll come in.
Yep, whatever it takes, huh?
Whatever.
I got the antenna coming around.
712 is here.
KB6RQU.
Hi, Kerry.
6RQU. That should be about there. KB6RQU. AA6S. Able 6 sugar. Turn your radio on, Rick.
Give him 20 kilowatts. That'll turn his radio on for him.
If I had it, I would.
I know. Hi, Kerry's in here. Good evening, Kerry. KC5DTU, how are you?
Good evening, Mike and Bill and Rob. You're doing real good over here on this end.
Hey, Gary.
Good evening, Gary.
Hi, Gary. My antenna's coming around, so I probably won't be too good. KC5DTU, AA6S. Good evening.
Good evening, Bill. You're still radiating this way, so I can hear you good.
Well, I got it around towards you now. Before it was bouncing off the hills, I guess.
Roger. Still had a good signal. Hope everything's good down that way, and to the rest of you guys, Rob and Mike.
Doing good here in Visalia.
Yeah, if you could just pick a Democratic presidential candidate, now we'd be in good shape.
Yeah, we got one, AOC.
Like Kennedy says down there in Alabama, he says, the reason they put instruction on shampoo bottles is for AOC. He's a character. He was on the other night, just cracking me up.
That's occasional Cortez there.
Well, don't forget you need to pick a vice president for her.
How about Schumstein?
I'm sure he would love that.
I know he would.
KJ6TYO1009.
What do you think, Ron?
I think I'm checking in and going to bed.
You want no part of this madness, huh?
Yes, you got a good signal in Visalia.
Thank you. Just a vertical antenna about 50 feet or so. So, yeah, I'm cheating a little bit. I went to vertical from the horizontal little beam.
Yeah, I've got a vertical, but I can't run this kind of power into it.
Roger that. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. I got to go to bed so I can get up and go to work early and get done early. KJ6TYO1009.
Okay. KJ6TYO, the old chicken part hauler. And there are other things occasionally. K6MYC. Very good evening, Ron. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Mike.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Actually, your voice sounds worse today than it did a couple of days ago when you were really sick, over?
Oh, it is. It's a consequence of taking Mucinex. It just kind of screws up my voice.
You're supposed to take it internally, not anally, over?
Yeah, Roger.
Try some Seagrams, that'll work better.
Well, we've been trying like hell to get KB6RQU out of his living room and out into the shack, but so far he hasn't heard us calling. I think he's lost track of what day it is.
I'm almost that bad. Don't say that.
I can't keep track either. Sometimes I think it's Sunday. This week was 5 Mondays in a row for me.
I understand.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, and I know old Ron over there in the Pescadero is not going to be in here. He always does something on Thursday nights. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but he's never here. So, we're missing a few people. Mark hasn't been in here the last couple of nights, K6MTS. We're missing OIB. I thought he would be in here tonight. Now, maybe he's gone because he was going to go down and do some stuff with Joe Cadwaller's wife and collect the last of the stuff. So I'm not sure if he's gone today or he's still here. Rob, do you know?
Yes, he left this morning. He was on his way down and checked into our Harry's exercise today, so he should be there. He was thinking of getting there about 3.
Okay, yeah, he won't be on the air from down there because I think they've torn everything down at Ron's place, and he's going to be bringing back whatever is left down there that she wants to get rid of and sell. So, Ken won't be in here. So I guess we could head on over towards Santa Cruz.
Roger, AA6S. KW6S, AA6S. K86S, and looking forward to seeing you, I guess. What day did they say it was? I think it's the 24th. I got to check. But anyway, with the junk meet there, KW6S, AA6S, over.
Yeah, I heard you earlier when you were calling RQU, and you're stronger now, but I was hearing you pretty good then. Yeah, that's the 24th, and I bought a bunch of stuff, and I wanted about a third of it, so I'm probably bringing the other two-thirds to the swap meet and maybe add a few things to it, so I'm looking forward to it. More to meet and drink and eyeballs with people rather than sell anything, but it always works out. AA6S, KW6S.
Yeah, Roger, Tom. Mike's in here too, so I'll kick it over to him there, or you can. KW6S, AA6S.
Yep. Good evening, Tom. I know you got the antenna down toward Bill, but you're a good copy here, but you're not as strong as you should be. And we also want to take a listen for Lee. He said he would try to be here with his modest 10-foot high Quaggy, and see if we can pull him out of the glue here tonight. KW6S, Santa Cruz. You can try for Lee. Why don't you call him in, and we'll see if he hears us. K6MYC. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I kind of need him to keep his antennas low and short, or otherwise I'm going to be kind of left in the cold here. But yeah, I think he's got a pretty good sight, and it'll be nice when he gets the antennas up. AF6U, KW6S.
KW6S, K6MYC, AF6 United. I am out here tonight, 1098 to Countdown Bozo, and I am standing by and listening to see if anybody else can hear me.
I hear you. You're fine. You're not as strong as you should be, but I haven't moved the antenna. You're Q5. That's the main thing. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't have a lot going on here. I'm in the hunt to work the Gambia right here on 15 meters. I thought I'd looked them on all bands, and I looked and checked, and if I worked them, I didn't get a QSL on it. So I'm trying to work the Gambia here before they shut down for the evening. K6MYC, KW6S.
We'll go to it, and we'll carry on with Lee here, see if you can grab Gambia. You don't have a lot of propagation time left on 15, over.
I'm not sure I have any, but it's not getting too much worse.
All right. Anyway, Lee, let me shoot it back over to you, and I'll swing the antenna back and forth and see if I can squeeze any more signal out of you.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what to say. I think I said most of everything that I had going on here last night, and there's not a heck of a lot to report as far as changes. Doing the same old planning, just working on getting the steps needed to finally get everything in place so that I can at least get I'm going to use the Tristeo tower, which is the crank-up tower for the VHF, UHF antennas, and hopefully I'll be able to get them up about 30 feet, and that should be good to go. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope that's enough blah, blah, blah for me. AF6 United, back to you, Mike.
Well, none of that's blah, blah, blah. That's all good stuff. Everybody gets motivated when you start talking antennas, and you're coming up on the right part of the year. We do have the June contest. I'm not sure what day it is. Probably the second weekend in June is the ARRL June contest. It covers 6 to 40 gigahertz, but you probably will be on 6, 2, and 432 at least there, Lee. Anyway, good signal from 1098 to Countdown Bozo this evening. Anybody else is able to copy Lee, come on in. K6MYC. Well, Frank, the other station that normally works you, Lee, is Ken, WA6OIB, and he's not here. He's down in Southern California collecting goodies for the flea market. We had a friend of ours, and a real close friend of his passed away a year ago. And they're now just finally getting all the stuff out of the house that is ham radio related at the request of the widow. He was very good friends with both Joe and his wife. So Ken's doing the duty, and he's spending 2 or 3 days down there collecting the last of it. So he's not in here to work you. And Rob's got an antenna that doesn't have enough steam to hear you. So I guess it's just me tonight. I thought I would get Frank in here tonight. I asked Frank to get on, and he seems like he's recovering pretty well. He's still got a chest cold, but he seemed to be on the mend today when I talked to him on the phone. But maybe he's falling asleep at the wrong time of the day here. In any case, Lee, 73s, and we'll see you on Sunday night. Look forward to finding out how you spent the weekend and what little new things you accomplished here. Okay, on the Tower. I don't know of any tower that's only 30 feet high. What the heck is this, a 30-footer? I don't even think they made one like that.
Oh, I'll try and look up the number. It's the kind that only has cross bracing, though. It doesn't have the sideways bracing. It only has horizontal bracing, and so it's not a tower that I really want to trust too high, but I'm thinking about putting it on a piece of concrete or, a slump of concrete down in the ground and putting a house brace on it, and hopefully, because it's crank up, I can, if I really have to, I can crank the thing down, but, it's probably only a little bit higher than the telescoping mast that I had out there for a long time, and that thing was just on a tripod, so I think this is going to be stable enough and get the job done, so I'm just going to plunk it into the ground and see what I can do with it. What do you think?
How many sections?
It's got 3 sections. Each one of them is 10 foot roughly. So, by the time it's extended, it's probably 27, 28 feet tall.
No, it's probably 12-foot sections. It's probably 12 feet long, and then they extend up 10 feet each. So, yeah, you were right. That's only going to go to 30. Most of that's a little TV mast. That's a TV tower. I used to have one of those. I had mine. I had a 70-footer, but it was real tiny, like yours at the top. You had to put your feet sideways to get them in the rungs. That's how small the top was. I had to put the rotor in the tower 3 sections down, and I had to run the rotor upside down, so it just had the clamping part that rotated and nothing else rotated. The rotator normally turned, but I turned the bottom piece, and but I had a 4-element cubical quad for 20 meters on there on a 30-foot boom, and I also had extensions on 2 of the elements, so I could put an inverted V for 40 with an inverted V reflector for 40 meters, and that was all up on that little winky-dink tower. So don't be too concerned. They're tougher than you think. Over.
Okay, well, that's interesting, that the whole idea about putting the rotator down in one of the lower elements, the bottom element it will probably fit into, but it's got this stub thing that sticks out of the top element. Actually, the previous owner had, I think, a ham 2 rotator with a 5-element, a 5-band, 2-element cubical quad on it, one of the gel quads or gem quads back in the day with the fiberglass spreaders and whatnot. I was really impressed with the antenna, and the whole thing was, he had it fully extended, and I actually think that the tower was originally maybe a 50 or a 60-footer, because there is a fourth section that is too big to directly mount to the third section that I have as the base right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any sense out of this, but it looks like there was another section that was in between the big sections that I have and the three sections that I'm going to use, and it looks like it was a much bigger tower, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick with the top three portions of it and get my little tiny antenna stack doesn't have a lot of wind loading, so I'm just going to cross my fingers and put it up.
Yeah, you won't have any trouble. What happened there was a piece that was missing is the one that broke and bent. The bottom section was okay, but it bent at the next section up, and then the top three sections survived. That's kind of typical, particularly if you don't crank them up all the way, but there's no strong spot in those towers. They're not double braced, they're only laterally braced, and you don't have Z bracing in there, so the tower was never very strong. And normal towers, you have to crank all the way up to the stops, because that's where they're the strongest. They're double braced where the bottom section ends and starts up through the section below it. And it's double braced when they're all the way up. But those old TV towers were not built that way. Just horizontal bracing is all, and that's not real strong, but good enough for who it was for. They were meant to be guide. Mine was guide at 60 feet. I had three sets of guys on it. Anyway, real crude setup, and the wires that I used for guy wires were just steel wire, about number 6 gauge. I didn't know any better, but they had egg insulators in there. This is way back in my early days of ham radio. I bought this thing for next to nothing and put it up, and it worked. It never broke. The top mast piece broke out of it, you know, where you would normally put the rotor right on the top of it. That piece broke off because it had the 20-meter quad on it. The quad fell down and it landed on my neighbor's roof, but it was all bamboo and didn't hurt anything. So nothing was really damaged except for the quad. Anyway, I finally retired that tower. 73's Lee, you'll be fine with that. Just brace it to the house at that top of the first section, and you're good to go. AF6 United, K6MYC, 73, see you Sunday.
711. All right, South 9AQ. 3, and turn it back to you, and maybe Tom, if he has something to add there. K6MYC from AF6 United. Back to that.
Well, I did snag the Gambia on 15 meters, so I'm in their log, they say, and they're in mine.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Very good, Tom. Congratulations. And now you can get on with your life.
Yeah, it actually kind of surprised me that I didn't have them already. But there's some like that. I've got them all from like 160 through 10, but then there'll be one obvious one that got skipped.
Well, when you really get good, you make a contact with Gambia on 6 meters. I did that when Jimmy Tribeck, W6JKV, went over there. He took a stacked pair of our 8-element KLMs at the time and put them up over there in an apartment. And I worked him from the coast, from the west coast here. Really quite a thrill. It was funny because I was at board of directors meeting at KLM. Mel and I were in the meeting, and all of a sudden a phone call came in. My secretary raced in and said, somebody said, please tell you that Gambia is coming in on 6 meters, and we stopped the board of directors meeting immediately. I jumped in the car, raced home, and worked him. I don't know whether Mel worked him. Mel did the same thing. I don't know whether Mel got him or not, but we did work Jimmy and Gambia on 6 meters that time. Over.
Yeah, I just was looking. They've been on FT8 on 6 meters, but I'm not seeing any U.S. stations listed as working them. But they're putting an effort in on 6, but I think it's mostly EME.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it. All right, well, good congratulations, and we'll see you on Sunday night, Tom, and see how the weekend went for you. I'll move up into the Bay Area and see who we have there. AW6S, 8F6 United, K6MYC clear and going to the Bay Area.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
I have 982 and I have 711. We got you, John, 711. And Ron, we've got you. Take one, Ron. Take one, Ron.
Hey, I'm looking at K6MYC, KD6SOK. You're booming in here.
Yeah, you're doing fine, Fred. Overwhelming the locals here. KD6SOK, 507. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Mike. Did you get rain yesterday? Southern California, it's getting clobbered with rain and thunderstorms.
Oh, you're getting clobbered with thunderstorms tonight?
No, are you getting rain tonight? Because I was watching the weather in Los Angeles. They're getting lots of rain down there right now.
Well, I don't live in Los Angeles. There's no rain here. We're bright and sunny and clear skies. It's supposed to rain Saturday here, over.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought maybe the clouds or the front would start to move up to Fresno.
Yeah, they don't usually go that way if they're not here already. Although occasionally we'll get a storm from the South Pacific, but I don't think that's what this is. I'm not sure where it's coming from for LA there, but we're not expected to get anything till Saturday. Anyway, you're sounding good over here. I tried to peek on you a little bit, but the band is wishy-washy here. It's swinging all over the place. Anyway, good to hear you. KD6SOK. It was really bad the other night on 1296. In and out, all over the place. Over.
Yeah, what's going on with the band? It's been bad the last few weeks. 1296 hasn't been great. I mean, it's just all up and down, all over the place. What is this? Atmosphere conditions? Solar flare? What do you think it is?
Well, I don't know if the flares have anything to do with this. I'm starting to believe, but it's been pretty quiet on the sun the last couple of days, so I don't know exactly what causes the deterioration of the propagation here on terrestrial. Inversions, probably there's good signals, but it's inversions. We've got heat, we've got inversion across the valley and stuff. So if you get on one side of that inversion and I'm on the other, it's going to sound terrible. If we're both on the same side, then you're very loud, But the only other thing we could be real skeptical and say, well, it must be all that stuff that they're throwing into the clouds to dampen the sunlight, over.
Yeah, it's really weird. You're right. It's very, very strange. Yeah, the conditions have been so poor on Goldmine. It's been sad. Oh, well, anyway, Mike, good to hear you. I'll let you go and let you check in some other folks. So 7-3, Mike, 86SOK.
Yep, 7-3, Fred. You just started to get rid of your flutter there. Just working down to nothing there. So direct path and no flutter, no multi-path, and sounds good. 7-3, have an enjoyable weekend, Fred. And I think you'll get some rain somewhere through the weekend, I'll bet you. KD6SOK, K6MYC, Bay Area Bozo Net, please, over.
WB6WNI, W368.
I hear you, Gary, WB6WNI 1090. How are you?
Good, Mike. And,
Gary, I'm going to give you some chatter. You bumped the knob. So come back up on the right frequency. I don't think I bumped my knob, but I could have. But I think it was you bumping the knob there. KWB6WNI, San Jose Campbell, K6MYC. How's that?
Oh, when I grabbed the mic, I did. I need to put the knob in lock. Mike, I've already taken too much time now, but anyway, I was just saying their signal is great. I was wondering, are you going to be on 40 meters tomorrow night?
you say you wonder if I'm going to be on 40 tomorrow night? It's likely, as long as there's not too much static. If it gets S9 on the meter, I don't usually get on much. Over.
Oh, I understand. Well, one of your members who I talked with on a local repeater said if I wanted to talk to you, he said you were on 40, but then again, I went out with, totally forgot it. Completely forgot, but maybe I'll try tomorrow. Anyway, 73, Mike, and sorry for hitting the knob while grabbing the mic. K6MYC, 679 109076.
Yeah, okay, Gary. Well, if I'm on 40, I'll be between 7140 and 7155 or so, somewhere in that window, the extra class part of the band. And then that's usually starts probably at about 9 o'clock our time local, 8:30 at the earliest, 9 o'clock local here. So that's when I would be on 40. In the mornings we're on, and we're on at 8:30 in the mornings, and the frequency there we use is 7137. 7137 plus or minus 1 kc or so. So maybe we'll see you there, Gary. Over.
USL, yes, I got those down, and it was 9 o'clock last Friday, and like I said, I just totally forgot. It's Steve who has your 1296 antenna there in Palo Alto. He told me you were on, and then just synced into it. Sorry. Anyway, Mike, thanks for the info, and then we'll maybe listen tomorrow night at K6MYC WB679.
Okay, which Steve? I don't know a Steve in Palo Alto that has one of our antennas that he never checks in. Over.
No, he's the one at Stanford. It's Steve. No, I can't. Oh, I can tell you a call. It's KF6R. Steve at Paul Walter. He worked with you at the dish there at SRI.
He was with me where?
SRI at the dish.
Oh, okay, yeah, he may have run into me up there. I didn't work at the dish. I worked at the complex what was the transmitter building right next to the dish downhill. The dish is Stanford Research Institute, but they collaborate with Stanford University in some of our experiments. I worked for Stanford University, but some of our stuff did go through the dish that was operated and managed by the Stanford Research Institute people, collaborative efforts. And then there was other times when we just got the use of the dish for amateur radio, and I was up there a couple of times for that. I loaned some of my equipment to them for 1296 and so on. And maybe that's what he's thinking of. The call does not ring a bell because I haven't worked, I haven't done that for 10 or 15 years. Over.
So yeah, exactly. Well, next time we get on, I will have his number for you, Mike. I just can't think of it right now. And I see him at the flea market. That's where I saw your 1296. And I think Jim EQL saw it as well. Anyway, I'm not going to hold the net any longer, but Beth will catch you on Sunday, if not tomorrow night, at K6MYC WB679.
WB6JNN 285. Good evening, Jim. Let me have some chatter. 73, Gary, and maybe we'll catch you on 40. Sometimes we won't hear each other, but you'll hear me working people. It has to be a weird condition on 40 for the local skip to allow you to hear me. But it has been doing that a couple of nights a week, so you never know. In the morning, it's easy because the skip is short, and we can easily work you in the morning at 8:30 to 9. 7-3. Up to you, Jim. WB6JNN, K6MYC. It's Q3, Jim. You're fading in and out. Very, very poor conditions here on 432 between you and I this evening. You're going up and down. I'm getting words, and I got the call signs. Of course, I know who you are. So you're checked in, but I didn't get any context of your comments there. I went back and forth on you, and you disappear almost immediately within 5 degrees, so there's just no signal strength to work with. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
K6KL1.
Okay, 7-3, Jim, I didn't hear that. Let me see, is there anybody else in there? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
K6KLY.
Oh, good evening, Russ, big signal. Give Judy your number and tell us what you've been doing. We've been missing you this last week.
Okay, I should be better here. I didn't have the amplifier on. Judy, I'm 111, which I think is a lucky number because I'm still around here at my ancient age. Anyway, there's not a lot going on because the A number is up real high in the 20s. I think it might be at 28 or something. So things are not that good. The sun is spewing things out, and we're going to be hit by it. But whether it helps or hurts, who knows? We're kind of at the end of the trans-equatorial stuff on 6 meters, and a little early to start the E-skip season. K6MYC, K6KLY.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll start to see some E-skip. And maybe we'll see a few people getting on 50.125 for a change. I haven't heard a voice on that band now, except for the net here. I haven't heard a voice on the band for months. Anyway, good to hear you, Russ. Did you catch Gambia on 15 meters on the band here?
I haven't hooked up with him. I've seen him twice on 15 and a couple of times on 30, but the whole world's trying to get hold of this guy, and we're not exactly close. Over.
Well, Tom just worked him. KW6S in Santa Cruz just worked him about 10 minutes ago. Over.
Okay, did he mention what band?
15 meters.
All right, I'll take a look. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, Roger. All right, I'll see who else is up here. Good evening to you. If you don't hear Gambia or don't know where they are, come back here and maybe you can help me scrounge a few more out of the Bay Area. Bozo Net 432, guys, K6MYC, calling and listening, Bay Area.
Hello, this is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar, number 637.
637. Okay, W6PQL 1296. Good evening, Jim. Hang on. Let me get Paul in there. Paul, give me some chatter. You're right on the edge of copy. W6, K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks much.
I'm back with you, K6KL1.
You're about 4x1 right now. So I won't hold it. Give me a check and thanks, Mike. Let me see if that's you, okay?
Yeah, boy, oh boy, I just can't get a peek on you. You're 4x1 also, but we have you locked in, Paul. We'll look for you on the direct path in just a few minutes. We will look for you on the direct path in just a few minutes here. W6, that's not right. Let me see here. K6WIS, K6MYC. We'll look for you on the direct path in a minute or two, Paul. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC clear. W6PQL, go ahead. W6PQL, go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead, Jim. He's not responding.
Okay, well, I got him. Although he was only in there for the call sign. Maybe it's time for him to turn down south and catch up with QIW.
No, I'm here. I just got distracted.
Oh, okay. You're here and you're strong. Good evening, and how are you?
I'm pretty good. Okay. Well, the fourth day in a row of golf is over. I thought I was going to break 80, but I screwed up the last four. Screwed up the last 4 holes. I was doing everything pretty well. I figured out finally a method for chipping and putting that worked okay for me, but everything blew up on the last 4 holes, so I didn't break 80.
Oh, shucks. Oh, well. Worse things could have happened.
Yep, I guess I'm not going pro.
Oh, yeah. They're going to hold off another year and let you clean up your act.
All right, well, let you get to the rest of them. I've got a bunch of work to finish here. See you later, W6PQL.
Well, let's see if you can help me with the KB6WFC. I should be hearing him in this direction. How about it, Mike? KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC, over. Not a peep.
No, he might be visiting his dad. Usually when he's gone for several days, that's what's going on.
Okay. Well, we're missing quite a few there, but KB6BA is on a long trip out of town, so we miss him. Jim, JNN was almost unreadable tonight. Russ is pounding in here. KT2G, I haven't heard for a couple of weeks now. I thought he'd be more active, but he travels too much. So I guess that's it for the Bay Area. We did get Gary, KWB6WNI, San Jose Campbell. So that's it. All right, we're going to go to Oakley and see what happens here. K6MYC, last call, Bay Area. Nothing heard. See you Sunday night, Jim. W6PQL, K6MYC. Okay, let's try Oakley here. N6RO, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO. Bozo 835, Charlie Mike 97. Temperature range was 57 for a low and 79 for a high. Dinner was my usual Thursday night quickie because of all the activity at 8 o'clock that I'm involved in. Let's see, it was the chicken Caesar salad. And we'll go back to the exotic fish tomorrow night. N6RO.
Okay, you're pretty busy tonight. I take it what's frequency range that you can work on 80 meters? Now, Daniel was on. He's up and running. He did work Greg in our 6Q this morning on 40, but he was also looking forward to working you. And he was going to fiddle around with the antenna today and try and get it to work down at 3,800. His normal frequency where he's got his antenna tuned initially was 3945. And he can't get on this band, but he can read your comments on the or listen to you here on the stream. So he's supposedly monitoring the stream, and he would go to whatever frequency you wanted to try on. If you could do it this evening briefly, over.
Yeah, okay. Mike, when you turned the antenna this way, you went down, so maybe you got a pointing problem there. Yeah, I think you're talking about the 7QP frequencies?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We haven't, in about a half an hour or 20 minutes, we're going to discuss whether we're going to be multi or single op. It's been a slow response, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do. But we will be on 80 meters, probably below 3,800, 3,780, somewhere in there. But I also believe there's a rally frequency at 3,860. 3,860. We're going to be monitoring both channels or CQing on both those frequencies. Over.
Okay. Can you transmit on 3945?
Well, There's no activity from the rest of the gang on that high in the band.
Well, no, but that's just where he wanted to test with you.
Oh, okay. When does he want to test?
And like I say, he's listening right now on the stream. He cannot get on 432. All the antennas are off the roof as he's getting ready for the 7QP. But he did work Greg this morning on 40, and he just wanted to run with you on 80. Oh, he did work Greg on 80. I'm sorry. He's got his 80-meter antenna up, and he was going to try and. I said what you should do is tune it so it covers at least 3,800. Tune it for 3850 or something, and that way 3900 it'll go to 3945 and down to 3800 or a little bit lower. So he could go down, but there's no way to contact him. You just call out the frequency you're going to get on, and he'll be there because he's watching on the chat here. Over.
Yeah, okay. I can go there right now, although I got a Zoom meeting in 10 minutes. I'll go to 3945. I can go anywhere in the band with the tunable dipole. So I'll look for Daniel at 3945 in just a couple minutes.
Okay, right. 3945, Daniel. He's going to be there in a couple minutes. He's only got 10 minutes, so if you don't hear him in 10 minutes, you can put it away for tonight. Hi. 7-3, guys. Thank you, Ken. We had nice tacos tonight for dinner. Really good. But, okay, and your quickie salad there. I think we busted 80 today, but not by much. It was warm. It was very nice. Somebody said there's some raining like hell in Los Angeles, and it should be raining here later tonight. I don't think so. I don't think that storm's coming up here. We're going to get rain Saturday. 7-3, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC.
Roger that. We'll see you on Sunday, N6RO going to 3945.
There you go, 7-3. Anybody else while I'm pointed this way, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, going to Sacramento. Here we go. WB6ISO. Go ahead, Dennis.
Check in and out. No other relays or anything. Pleasant good evening. Just wanted to check in. Got some things going on. Bozo 86.
I got your 86, and you have no other check-ins, right?
No other check-ins this evening. I've just been busy working up there in the garage, and I didn't get time to check in and go back to the project.
Okay, go to it. 7-3, thanks for checking in here quickly. Dennis, take care. See you on Sunday night, probably. WB6ISO 86, K6MYC.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. Have a pleasant good evening. And hello to Judy if she's anywhere around.
He says hi.
Thank you very much. Catch you all later.
Okay, QRZ, about you, Bill, KO6KD.
Mike, I'm here, K6MYC, and good evening, Dennis. KO6KD, Bozo number 776, our copy.
Good copy, Bill, no trouble. Good to hear you this morning. We didn't hear you this morning, but we had quite a gang in there. But I guess we didn't catch you this morning. You must have been sleeping in. And you might comment on whether you heard Darren, whether he's going to be on here tonight or not. I did work him finally yesterday on 2 meters.
Heard from Darren. I was up to a little about 8:30 or so, and I simply could not keep my eyes awake any longer. So I went over and laid down for a little bit, and then I got back up again because I had some stuff still being delivered. So I had that, and as I recall, I came in. It was a little bit after 10 o'clock, and just to turn the radio on, and it came up on that frequency, and I heard you guys signing off, and I said, well, yeah, I got here before they showed up, and I got here after they all left, so I figured that's about right for me.
Yeah, well, you didn't miss much. None of us could get our heads together, and Bob did not show up. Mark was in and out because he's trying to get his antennas improving. He's doing pretty well with the dipole. But, and there was some other breakers. We had Jerry down here, K6PKO, old friend of ours from the Fresno area, broke in for a few minutes. And a couple of other guys very briefly, but that was it. Oh, no biggie. 7-3 Bill, and we'll keep an ear out for KJ6 KFB here, over.
Okay, roger, 7-3 KO6KD.
And I heard you, Darren. Go ahead and make a transmission KJ6 KFB. Go ahead.
Well, conditions aren't the best today, that's for darn sure. What can I say? I'm barely hearing you and making you out, but you're definitely there. Good evening, Mike. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756.
Oh, we got your 756, and we found out where you're coming. You're coming in a lot different than Bill tonight. Sometimes you guys are right together, but I went quite a ways south. I'm at, where am I here? I'm at 323 as opposed to 330 for Bill.
334.
I'm at 334? Really? Oh, well, that's maybe I was misreading it here. You're up higher than normal. So maybe you're booming in here if I pointed right at you. Make another transmission and we'll check it out. Darren, KJ6KFB, K6MYC.
Yeah, you're kind of bouncing around quite a bit, but hey, you're right in there. Full copy, not a problem. Hopefully you can find a good path on me. I'm surprised. And yeah, I'm just going to pull out some more cable and whack it off and put some end connectors on the cables, and should be ready to test now.
Yeah, you don't want to use PL259s at 1296, over.
No. End connectors all the way.
Yeah, good deal. Was the cable, the hardline, half-inch hardline, was that shiny on the inside of the jacket?
Shiny on the inside? Well, of course it was.
Shiny on the inside of the shield.
Well, yeah, copper.
Well, I understand that, but if it's bad coax, it can get water in there, and then what doesn't work with the dam at 1296.
I got you. No, it's a nice fresh piece. One of these days we might find some 7/8s around.
Yeah, that would help. Anyway, I'm sure you'll do okay. Let's see what happens on Tuesday night. Let's go for now. I've got you back down where you should be there.
Oh, very good, Mike. Carry on. I think John's hanging out there, too. KJ6, KFB.
Okay, thank you, Darren. And hopefully, did you get any parts today? Are you expecting parts soon for 222?
Yeah, I'm waiting on parts again. Maybe this Saturday some more will show up.
Oh, good. Okay, hope so. All right, 7-3. KR6MR, I moved up your way, John. KR6MR, K6MYC. KR6MR, K6MYC.
I talked with Daniel, and we're all set.
Beale Air Force Base is beating the heck out of me. Give me a longer transmission. I'm finding you, but then you disappeared, over.
You guys doubled there.
I need more transmission from him.
Yeah, he was giving you a long one. Do it again, John.
Mike, I talked to Daniel on about 80 meters.
Oh, very good. Thank you for the test. He appreciates it, I'm sure. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, we'll catch him on 2 or 3 bands.
Sure.
5-9. Beautiful, warm benefit. We had a high today of 81.8. And it was a very, very pleasant day. Over.
Yeah, very good. We probably got about the same temperature here, 80 to 82, 85 maybe. It was quite warm. I was down mowing in the down the lower 40, and it got quite warm down there. Luckily, there was a little breeze, but it was still very warm and dusty. I'm mowing weeds that are about 3 feet high, and believe it or not, when you get down and you cut the weeds off, it's just a plume of dust. So even at the base of the weeds, it's dry, over.
Oh, yeah, weeds are a big issue up here. Unfortunately,
can't tell whether you're turning it over to me or not. I heard the words weeds down very loud, and then you stopped. Did you stop?
Oh, sorry about that, Mike. Over.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know when you turn it over. The band is up and down. I'm getting 3 words real strong and then nothing. 3 words real strong and then nothing. Over.
My synchronization is not in line.
Yeah, the copy is almost impossible because of Beal. Beal is just hammering me tonight when I point right at you there. It's just hammering the radio, and it knocks it out for 3 or 4 seconds before it comes back. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike.
I thought 432 would be better. It's almost as bad as 1296 here. Over.
Okay, something about 1296.
Yeah, sounds like you're having the same trouble with me. I said it sounds just as bad as 1296. Over.
Yes, I agree. I'll let you go. I'll say 73 and see you Sunday night.
Good luck, 73. Have a good weekend. John, rest up that hip, and we'll talk to you Sunday night. Thanks for your patience here with the band. KR6MR, K6MYC. Let me see if I got any chance of Reading. Keep yelling out your number, Rich, KD6SW, K6MYC. Over. KD6SW, K6MYC. Over. KD6SW, K6MYC. Over. Almost think I'm hearing something. Repeat it about 10 seconds because of the Beale Air Force Base interference. KD6SW, K6MYC listening. Over.
KE6GLA is trying you there, Mike.
Oh, KE6GLA. Good evening, Jay. Good evening. I think it's 1190. Give me your number. Get him to give me his number, would you?
Yeah, Mike, it's Golf now for Bozo
688. That's it. Yeah, 688. We got you, Jay. 688, and we hear you, Paul, but very, very poor copy as well. Over.
He was just commenting that the band conditions are not good tonight.
Boy, I'll say they're terrible. So I guess I got KE6GLA, but I don't think I got up to Reading there. I was hearing a voice, and I was thinking it might be Reading, but it must be Eric J there. Over.
It was.
Okay. Thanks for the help, guys. 7-3. We're about to give up, but I am going to go to Nevada just on the outside chance that we'll get. Well, let's see. KD6BQ is home. I think he's home early, but he thinks he's on time. So we should hear him on 432. Here we go to Nevada. Okay, KD6BQ, KD6 Bravo Queen, KD6BQ, K6MYC calling, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie calling KD6B2Q, Wausau Valley, and standing by. Roger, much multipath. It's 579. The tone is terrible. All multipath, but we got you, Richard. Good to hear you. KD6BQ, thanks, and good to hear you here back on in the homeland there in Wausau Valley. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Thank you, Richard. 73. How about you, Larry? N7 Whiskey Tango, are you there? N7WT. How about N7 Victor Alpha Zulu? N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ. Eric, are you there? Over. N7 VAZ, N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, Reno, K6MYC, calling and listening. Nothing heard. N6, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard there. And I guess nothing heard. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Last call, K6MYC. Over.
Whiskey 6 Pop Echoes here.
Okay, I get you, Mike. Not real strong, but W6PE 620, K6MYC. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, this is Whiskey 6 Papa Echo. Yes, definitely 6620. Yeah, good to hear you here on port 32. Of course, I'm still on the vertical. But yeah, so when you're aiming towards Nevada, that seems to work the best. Because you come in strongest here. I was hearing John really strong here. I believe his call was KR6MR. So he was coming in really good here, and that was just with my vertical. So that was pretty good to hear.
Yeah, that's weird. He's in Meadow Vista, north of Sacramento, and runs 100 watts or 150 watts or something. But he sure was not good copy here, so you have the edge. Yeah, obviously, that's what I should have done, is switch my antenna to vertical. Maybe it would have been better. Anyway, you're doing fine here, Mike. Good to hear you. And I know one of these days when the rain stops on Saturday, you'll get some get some antenna switched over there. But no trouble copying as long as I'm pointing right here. I went back a little bit east of north where you peak here. W6 Papa Echo in Oakhurst, K6MYC.
November 7th. Yeah, Mike, you're really coming in extremely.
I hear November 7th, Whiskey Tango. Hang on.
I'm running about 30 watts into the vertical here. So when I get the beams up, I'll be using my 9700. That puts out a little bit more power than the Kenwood 790. So, and also on 2 meters, I got a linear that'll give me about 200 out on 2 meters, which will help on that. So I'll be looking forward to getting those horizontal beams up and performing a little better on this end. Over to you, Mike.
Very good. Underneath you, let me go and get him. N7 Whiskey Tango. Go ahead. Go ahead, Larry. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. Go ahead. Go ahead. I heard N7 something. N7 Whiskey Tango, I believe. Over. Oh, maybe it's N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ. Is that you, Eric? Confirm your number, Eric. Confirm your number, 1153-1153. Is that a Roger? N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Confirm your Bozo number, 1153. Is that correct? Richard, can you confirm it, 11:53? Okay, thank you, Richard. Okay, thank you, Eric. It's your in and out, Richard, Larry, I'm sorry, Jay. Eric, I'll get it right yet. Eric, you're in and out, and that's the problem. You come and go, I catch you strong, and then you're gone. That's the way the band is tonight. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much for coming in here on 432. Really appreciate it. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu 1153 K6MYC 73, and see you Sunday night. I heard something there. Try it again. Try it again. I think we've done it. Let me try one last time for Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Are you there tonight, Larry? Over. I guess there's no Larry. All right, I guess we're done, guys. We could go back and try for Rob. I could try for Rick again down there in Lake Isabella. There, Rob?
Yeah, okay. I'm just working on a log from our beacon exercise today.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll spin down there and give KB6 RQU one more call. Area, anybody? K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, let's try Rick. KB6RQU. KB6 Radio Queen United. KB6RQU. Old Bozo 61. Are you there? I guess not. Anybody in Visalia want to check in on 432 here? K6MYC 432 Bozo Net. Anybody anywhere? K6MYC. Last call. Okay, I think we're done, Rob.
Okay, I got 27, I think.
We got 26.
Did you get your 47 in there?
Yeah, 47's in there. I'm just trying to think who you might have gotten in there. I said 11:45. You didn't list him, did you?
Nope, I have 11:53 for Eric.
Yeah, that's correct. We got 2:49 and 11:53 out of Nevada tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty good for Reno.
Yeah, and then we got 7:56, 7:59, 7:76, and KE6 GLA 688. And moving backwards, of course, Ken 835. In the Bay Area, we did not get 775. We got PQL 12 round E6, W 1090, WB6 WNI 111 from Russ, and that was JNN 285.
Did you get John K6MI? He checked in quick.
Got John, but I may not have written it down. Is K6MI on your list there? It should be in the first column. Oh, here, look in the first column here. Is John here? Yeah, I got him. We had 101009. KC5 DTU 712. Aaron, of course, 1079 and 1100. And who was it? Who else? Who did I forget? Oh, 800 and, of course, 727.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about Bill and Mike.
Now, I don't know if they worked, well, they don't go for 432 because he can't turn his antenna. Ralph can't turn his antenna, so they don't even try for him anymore.
Yep, that's what I understand. KM6SRR.
Yeah, Daryl checked in 982.
Well, I don't know. Do you have Dennis in there, 86?
I have 86, yes. We got 637, Paul. 610 and 1098.
Yep, I got all those. I've got one more than you, right?
Yeah, supposedly. Except Judy's recounting. Who's the Mr. Visitor? Mystery Visitor. You didn't put down 272, did you?
Nope, I didn't hear KE6,
KE7 UQL. No, he wasn't in there. He might have been on the chat room. Huh?
620 W6PE.
Yeah, W6 Papa Echo. Ken, Mike up there in Coursegold. I mean, in Oakhurst.
Yep, I got him.
Well, who is the mystery visitor in your log there?
I don't know. You want me to read them down to you?
That wouldn't hurt. Okay, 5 at a time. Just do us 5 at a time. Then only take group 4 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay. 47, 1079, 1100, 800, 727. 712, 1009, 610, 1098, 711, 982.
Yeah.
507, 1090,
285 111 1296.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't have 507 or 285.
I don't have 507.
Oh, okay. I thought I had it right at the top of the page. Okay, I think we found it. It was 507 for some reason. I may have left it off my list. Anyway, I think we got it, Rob.
Okay, it sounds good. Good night, Judy and Mike. K6MYC, KM6SRR. 73.
Yeah, good night, Rob. Good night, Aaron. Thanks much. Take care of that voice.
Yeah, I'll work on it. No, man. It's fun to talk right now.
Yeah, well, you sound like it's loosening up. That's the main thing. And when it starts to loosen up, that's a good sign. All right. Take care and have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday night, if not sooner, someplace.
With the voice?
Huh? What's it say, Judy?
Never mind.
He's got bronchitis, and then it went on from there. All right, 7-3. Good night to you and Brittany and Candy and all. K6MYC closing the 432 Bozo Net from Northern California.
And I'll say good night to all those on YouTube, Aaron, so you don't have to say it. KM6SRR.